Alright guys, Forsaken just revealed a lot more for Azure's arrival, including the return of a forgotten lore character, a fan favorite cosplay skin potentially getting updated, and a lot more. Let's get into it! After waiting over an extra month for Azure's release, we finally got some brand new sneak peeks, and they reveal much more than just gameplay. We have now received our first look at Azure's intro, along with some major lore implications that could completely change how people view the character. Vess recently shared a quote alongside a small teaser of Azure's intro. "Do you remember that day? Do you remember my tears? We were supposed to leave that accused village, leave behind Elder Amarah, and yet everything I did, everything I sacrificed was for nothing." Alongside this quote, we can see the Spawn logo appear with Azure being in the middle with the phosphorus symbol above him that was placed into his chest by the Spectre after joining Forsaken. While the teaser itself was short, it revealed the return of a character that many players had completely forgotten about, Elder Amarah. For those who don't remember, Elder Amarah played an important role in the lore surrounding both Azure and Time. At one point, she was even planned to replace Azure when he was temporarily removed from the roster. Now, however, it appears she is finally making her return, but she could probably become an NPC in-game. She seems to be the leader of the Spawn cult, while others speculate she may be connected to Azure's unlock requirements, potentially allowing players to obtain him through quests or challenges. Not everyone is convinced that should be her role, though. Some fans feel that having the leader of the Spawn cult simply hand out quests would be underwhelming given her importance to the story. Others are already hoping she eventually receives her own skin or larger presence within the game. The quote itself has sparked plenty of discussion as well. Many players believe it confirms that Azure originally intended to escape the cult alongside Time before everything went wrong. According to this theory, Azure sacrificed everything in hopes of starting a new life with the person he cared about most, only to be betrayed in the end. Some even believe this is why the 30+ malice scene in the shop exists, as Azure's hatred is directed toward Time and everything associated with him. On top of the lore reveals, we also received a new look at stun immunity effects. When a killer is stunned, a Spawn symbol now spins around, indicating how long the immunity lasts. While some players appreciate the added clarity, others feel the effect is a little too large and distracting. Either way, it's clear that Forsaken is continuing to expand this update, and with Elder Amarah finally returning, the hype surrounding Azure's arrival is only getting bigger. There is one cool kid skin that many players seem to have forgotten about, despite it being one of the most unique and fan-favorite skins in the entire game. That skin is the Cool Kid Cosplay skin. When it originally released, players loved the idea because instead of being a simple recolor, it completely transformed Cool Kid into different killers by having him wear a paper bag cosplay of them. Currently, the skin only features 3 different variants based on Slasher, John Doe, and 1X. However, with Forsaken adding a few new killers over the past year, many players have started asking for the skin to receive an update. The devs have already gone back and changed the original Jason variant into Slasher, proving that they are willing to revisit older skins when needed. Because of that, fans have begun coming up with ideas for what future variants could look like. Some of the most requested additions include Noli, Guest 666, Nosferatu, a reworked version of 1X, and of course Azure once he officially releases. Many players feel that adding these extra costumes would instantly make the skin one of the best value skins in the game. What makes the idea even more interesting is the possibility of custom effects and animations. Imagine if the John Doe cosplay variant had Cool Kid doing the digital footprint animation to spawn in his minions. Features like that would help the skin stand out even more and to make it feel like a premium skin despite only costing around $900. A lot of players consider the Cool Kid cosplay skin to be one of the most underrated skins in Forsaken, and with discussions surrounding a potential Cool Kid overhaul already happening, some believe this would be the perfect opportunity to update it. Would you like to see more cosplay variants added to the game? With more fan-made skins potentially making their way into Forsaken, players have been paying a huge amount of attention to Slasher recently. A lot of people still want removed skins like a rival Slasher to eventually return, especially since many older skins were fan favorites. However, a brand new concept has now appeared that many players are calling one of the craziest Slasher skins ever designed. This concept is called the normal Slasher skin, and it is heavily inspired by the music artist Woolwood along with the normal album. The skin was created by Mika on Twitter alongside an entire team of contributors, and honestly the amount of effort put into it is insane. Unlike most skin concepts, this one already includes a massive amount of custom animations, sound design, and even a completely unique intro animation where Slasher is seen through a window before the match begins. A lot of players are already saying this feels closer to an official skin showcase rather than just a simple fan concept, because the skin is based around Woolwood's music and aesthetic. The animations are intentionally much more expressive and exaggerated compared to normal Slasher animations. Even the idle stance and walking animations feel far more animated, while the running animation has Slasher wildly swinging his arms around. One of the most brutal parts is the custom kill animation, where the chainsaw is replaced with a shovel, which he uses to shovel off the survivor's head. Then with the special guest kill animation, where Slasher repeatedly guest's face before literally shoveling his head off entirely. The concept also references several different Woolwood music videos and themes. The stun animation recreates a pose from the rock and roll music video after Woolwood gets hit with rotten tomatoes, while the raging pace idle animation features Slasher's eye rotating in a way that makes it appear like he stabbed his own eye. Another extremely detailed animation is Gashing Wound, where Slasher drives his machete completely through the survivor's chest before repeatedly punching them and finishing everything with a headbutt. Finally, the outro and sound design are what really make the skin stand out. A lot of players are saying the music and sound effects already feel polished enough to be added into the game immediately. They even included a price point of 2,012 points as another hidden reference to Woolwood's work. This is easily one of the highest effort Forsaken skin concepts we've seen in a long time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So Treadstone is actually going to be releasing relatively soon after all. Previously, one of the Battle Bricks developers mentioned that the skin most likely wouldn't arrive during the Azure update, which disappointed a lot of players who were expecting it sooner. However, Hyto on Discord confirming that Treadstone is now close to being finished, with music production and finalization on both sides reportedly coming to an end. This means the skin is finally getting much closer to actually releasing inside Forsaken. What makes this even more interesting is that Treadstone apparently isn't the only skin involved anymore either. Several older Survivor skins that were previously shop exclusive are now returning as badge exclusive rewards connected to Battle Bricks chapters. These include Turking Shedletsky, Deathbringer Guest 1337, Warhead Taff, and Luckroll Chance. Instead of simply buying these skins from the shop again, players will now reportedly be able to unlock them for free by completing different chapter badges within Battle Bricks itself. A lot of players think this was probably the original intention from the beginning, making these collab skins feel more rewarding and unique instead of just releasing them normally inside Forsaken. It honestly gives players a much bigger reason to actually complete the chapters rather than simply spending currency on the skins instantly. Even though Treadstone now seems very close to releasing, it's still unclear whether it will fully arrive during the Azure update itself or slightly afterward, depending on how finalized everything is. So the Azure update is about to be massive after all of these sneak peeks. What can we expect to see? Subscribe and hit the bell for more Forsakening it.